Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Now today I thought I'd do a little mini video on my new Lisa Eldridge purchase, which I got yesterday. Now some of you have already seen this on my live, but I thought I'd do a shorter kind of first impression, but it's kind of a second impression, which is good because I can tell you how it wears and what I think about it, because I was just literally putting it on for the first time yesterday. So I got this set. She's got some sets out with a lip pencil, a lipstick and a lip gloss, all in the same colour. You can actually pick and mix and pick your own products and get a bag. And aren't the bags lovely? They're velvet, really nice. I'm always worried though with velvet that you get makeup on them, but really, really nice. So let me just tell you a little bit. So this set, the set of 3, which is a kind of put together set, not a bespoke one that you can make up, cost me £60. And I picked one shade. I've only got one shade. Now, if you want to see a few more swatches, go over to my dear friend, Rebecca at Not Fit for Print, because she has just done a review and I know that she's got, I never watch her reviews until I've done mine, but I know that she's got far more shades that she can show you than I have. So if you want to see a few more shades, do pop over. I'll put a link to her video below. But I got the shade Velvet Myth, and I thought, obviously I can't swatch you lots of her different shades because I only got one. But what I can do is tell you which one this is similar to in terms of other brands, and I can also tell you a bit about my thoughts on the wear and everything else. Now I do want to say thank you to Lisa Eldridge, because I posted a picture of me wearing this yesterday and I got a comment from her saying it looks amazing on you. And you know what, that means the world to me when I get a response from a makeup company, because I know that they're incredibly busy, but it really is great when a company actually acknowledges that you've put time and effort into making a video and posting a picture on Instagram. So thank you, Lisa, and thank you for saying that it looks amazing on me. I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. And I think I said that yesterday when I put it on. You all saw my face before I got the message from Lisa. So I'm not being swayed at all, although it was lovely to hear from them. Okay, so first we have the lip pencil. So the lip liner, it's called Enhance and Define Lip Pencil. Now I would say that this lip pencil is very soft, but not as soft as the Pat McGrath. Now I find the Pat McGrath are so soft that if you start filling in your lips with it, it's gone completely blunt by the time you filled in your lips. It's not as soft as that. I would say it's somewhere in between the softness of Pat McGrath and Charlotte Tilbury's, which is slightly firmer. Okay, but really lovely pigment. That's the look of the lip pencil. Now this does remind me of a trio of Charlotte Tilbury's, which I'll get onto in a minute. But that's the lip pencil there. Very soft, but not so soft that it's, I've used that today and I haven't sharpened it yet. So it's not too bad in terms of it. Sometimes I think some brands' lip pencils are so soft that they're almost like a lipstick, but in a pencil form. This isn't. This is something in between. It's soft on the lips, so it looks flattering on the lips, but it's not too hard either. It's just right. Charlotte's is a little bit firmer, as I said. Only a smidgen firmer. Then we have the lipstick, which is called Velvet Myth. So beautiful, and I love the packaging of this. It's got really soft closure to it, and then when you go to put the lid on, it's magnetic, which is great. It's not going to come off. Don't you just hate that when lids come off in your bag? It's quite a firm magnet, so it's not going to come off. Really classy, and it just looks stunning. And that velvet finish to the lipstick, I don't know if you can see it, but it really is stunning. Now this is what, again, Velvet Myth looks like. So that is Velvet Myth. So you see, if you're looking at it in the lipstick bullet, it's not, you know, if you're a little bit scared that it might be a bit too vampish for you, don't be, because it doesn't go like that on the lips at all. It's just perfect. Right, and then we have the gloss. Here is the gloss. I must check out the quantities. I'll get onto that in a minute because I haven't checked that out yet. So this is the gloss. It comes with a little doe foot. So it's got an angular doe foot there. Picks up just the right amount of product. And let me just swatch that for you. So they're all matching one another. And really even pigment as well. You know, sometimes when you swatch lip glosses, you get a big blob of colour at one end and then nothing in between, and you have to kind of go over. This, you don't get that at all. So that's the lip gloss, all in Velvet Myth. Okay. Now, let's just look at the amounts, especially with the lip gloss. I think the lip gloss, I want to compare that with the amounts that you get in similar lip glosses. Okay, the lipstick is 3.5 grams, which is about standard. It's the same amount in a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. The lip pencil is 1.2 grams, and that's the same as you would get in one of Charlotte's lip cheats, just using Charlotte as an example. But as I suspected looking at this bottle, there is 4.5 grams of lip gloss in this, and Charlotte's lip lusters are 3.5 grams, so you're getting a gram more product. I don't think it's as much as Daniel Sandler's. I think Daniel's is something like 6 grams. I don't know exactly, but I know his is a lot more. I'm sure it was almost double the amount of a Charlotte Tilbury one, so it's definitely more than this. But most of the lip glosses come in those little tubes, and they have far less product than in this, and this is 4.5 grams, so really good value. Okay, so I just want to do some comparisons. I've actually done the swatches on camera earlier on, so they'll come up in a minute. But when I looked at this, I thought it did remind me a lot of Night Crimson by Charlotte Tilbury. Now I'm going to put this alongside it. So if you look at the two lipsticks side by side, they look quite similar. Can you see that? And when I swatch them, you'll see on camera, they also looked quite similar. Let's see. But what's really interesting about the Lisa Eldridge one is that when I put Night Crimson on, it can easily look quite vampish on me, a little bit too dark. And I often feel like I need to blot it down. I don't get that with the Lisa Eldridge one at all. It actually comes out, I think because it's got slightly more pink behind it. If you see that really close up, if you look at it from about there, they look identical almost. But if you look, I think there's a bit more pink coming through that. And that really makes a difference when you put it on your lips. So if you're a bit scared that Velvet Myth is going to look a bit too vampish on you, unless you're very fair, your lips are very fair, I don't think it will. I'm going to put it on in a minute so that you can see. Now, the other one I compared it to, a couple I picked out. So before I move on to the other brands though, I did want to show you the lip luster that goes with Night Crimson, because it's part of the Vintage Vamp set. So this is Charlotte Tilbury's lip luster in Unleash Me, and that is designed to go with her lipstick Night Crimson, which is there. So I thought it would be interesting to then compare it with this lip gloss. And again, they look quite similar. So I'll just put, this is Lisa Eldridge's one now. I'm just going to put, oh, well, you can see it there. Silly me, I've already swatched it. So that's Unleash Me. That's Lisa Eldridge's one in Myth. Okay, and likewise, now I didn't swatch this earlier, but I'm going to get this one out. There is a lip liner that goes with the Charlotte set for Vintage Vamp, and that is called, I'll get it out because I've forgotten the name for a minute. I'll just get it out and I'll show it you. Okay, it's called Savage Rose. So I'm going to put that one here so that you can see that together. Now that looks quite a bit lighter, doesn't it? So this is Lisa Eldridge, all in Myth. Lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss. And this is the Vintage Vamp lip kit from Charlotte Tilbury. Savage Rose, Night Crimson, and Unleash Me. And although they look quite similar, it's very strange that on the lips they don't. So I'm going to actually, I might do a couple of lip swatches as well. And I'll take a photograph of that right now. And you're going to see some of the other ones. But before I do the lip swatches, I just want to throw in one more brand. Okay, so the other lipstick it really reminded me of was Deep Orchid by Pat McGrath, although this is a little bit lighter and perhaps a little bit more purpley. Okay, I'm just going to swatch you that underneath. So actually I'll swatch it over the top so that you can see it up here next to the Lisa Eldridge. Now, can you see it's got slightly more purple in it? So that one is going to come off more purple than this because this has got a bit more pink in it, pinky red. This one is Deep Orchid by Pat McGrath. Now, I have a lip liner that sort of goes with Deep Orchid. I'm just going to get it anyway, but it doesn't go exactly, but I'll show it you anyway. Okay, this is the lip pencil that I got to go with Deep Orchid. It doesn't really compare because it's more of a cerise, but I'll just show it you anyway. Yeah, it's far too light, really. I need to get another lip pencil, but by Pat McGrath, but actually I could use the Lisa Eldridge one now for my Deep Orchid. And then I thought, I don't really have a gloss by Pat McGrath that matches it, but I do have a similar-ish, well, this is a lip gloss. I think they call it lip gloss, Lip Shine by Pat McGrath, and it's called Belle Amour. It's one of the darker ones, so I thought I would show you that next to. I don't think of it as a lip gloss because it comes in a more lipstick type tube. But this is Belle Amour, which I will put up there, which is quite a bit lighter, as you can see. So those are the ones. MAC do some lipsticks. I'm trying to think of a lipstick that's very like that. One of the ones like Mare, I think, is quite close to it. can't think of any others right now. They'll come to me after I do this video. There's quite a few that look quite like it in colour. But let's move on to the formula, because I think that's what sets the Lisa Eldridge apart. It's not just looking at the colours, but it's talking about the formula. And before I move on, I'm going to show you all those swatches together so that you can see them all together. Okay, so while I'm telling you about the formula, let's apply this lip trio. So I'll put on the lip liner first. Glides on really smoothly. Can't seem to get my lip liner even these days. Okay, so that's the lip liner. Then let's put on the lipstick. Now this is, if you haven't had a Lisa Eldridge lipstick before, it's so difficult to describe, but it is actually like velvet. It looks and it feels like velvet. Similar-ish formula, I would say, something like the Powder Kiss formula from MAC. But that feels a lot more drying on the lips. And although this has got a kind of powdery velvet feel, it still feels moisturising. So let me just put this on and show you. Now in a minute, I'm going to show you a comparison shot between that and the Charlotte Tilbury Night Crimson. And then I'll do the same with the lip gloss over the top. But you will see that this, you can see, looks a lot less vampish. I hope you can see it already. But when you see Night Crimson, even though the swatches look quite similar, this to me doesn't look too vampish at all. And I don't feel like I need to blot it down. Whereas with Night Crimson I do. So I'm just going to show you the comparison shots of this next to Charlotte Tilbury Night Crimson. And I did put the Charlotte Tilbury lip pencil underneath as well. Okay, I'm really sorry, I'm losing light all of a sudden as I'm filming this. I'm going to turn the lights on in a minute. But so that for comparative reasons, I won't do it until the end. So that suddenly you don't see the light on one and not the other. Anyway, so that is the lipstick. It just feels like, going back to the formula, the first time I got a Lisa Eldridge lipstick, I got the red set. And I fell in love because it doesn't feel like you've got lipstick on. It doesn't feel in any way like you've got lipstick on. I can't really describe it any other way. It just feels like your lips. But it's moisturising as well. And it always looks really flattering. It doesn't kind of, any lines that you have on your lips, it doesn't accentuate them. doesn't feel gloopy. I wish I'd put it on a bit more evenly. I'm sorry. That's the only thing about darker lipsticks. You really notice when you haven't put them on evenly. And it's really long wearing. I think if you just wear this, I haven't worn this one on its own since I got it. I've put the lip gloss over it, but I have worn her red set. And whenever I put it on, it really lasts a long time. Now, you're going to undo a bit of the wearability time when you put a lip gloss over any lip gloss, because it's going to make it more movable. But even so, it's still, and I've got something to say about the wearability of the lip gloss as well. But it's just really lovely, really comfortable, really lovely velvet feel to the lips. It's just perfect, really. Anyone that's tried a Lisa Eldridge lipstick will tell you the first purchase won't be their last. Okay, let's move on to the lip gloss. Okay, what I love about this lip gloss is that you don't, with some lip glosses, as I said, when you swatch them, you get that transparent and a big blob at the end, and it's a bit like how you would apply on your lips, is you put it on and you feel you have to keep swiping to get colour. This is so pigmented that you don't need to go over more than once. And what that means is it doesn't feel gloopy and it doesn't feel like it's going to move around a lot. I think when you have to start layering more than one swipe of a lip gloss is when it starts to feel gloopy. So I'm just going to put this on. I know I'm going over, but I'm not putting a second go of the doe foot. And that's it. And it just, again, looks really lovely on. Now I'm going to take a photo of that and you'll see it compared to the Charlotte Tilbury pair with the lip gloss. Okay, I'm going to have to put the light on now because you can barely see me. I'll be right back. Okay, that's a bit better, although my ring light is this side of me, so apologies, it's not quite even. Can't move it at the moment. But anyway, so that is now what I noticed about this lip gloss in terms of wearing it is that it lasts a really long time. It doesn't feel gloopy. But the other thing is, as it's wearing off, it still looks even. You know, sometimes with lip glosses, when you've got lip gloss on, as it starts to wear off, it starts to become patchy, and you see patches of lip gloss where it still stayed on. This just stays looking really even, and it just gradually fades, and it actually starts to almost look better as it's fading. You start to see more of the pink tones coming out. I'm absolutely in love with it. And I wish I'd bought more, but I just couldn't afford to buy another set with different colours. So I'll probably be tempted to get some more. I'm really, really impressed with, in particular, I would say, the lip gloss. I've tried the lipsticks before and I've always been impressed. The lip liner is really good as well. The only thing that I would say about the lip gloss, and I don't know if this is an application mistake on my part, is that I've noticed that it's quite difficult. It doesn't always stay within the boundaries of the lip liner. And that may be my application, the way I'm applying it. So I'm going to keep trying that. It sometimes starts to bleed outside the lip line, but I haven't really been applying the lip liner that straight either. So I don't know if that's an application problem, but I will keep you updated on that. It was the only thing that I had a few doubts about. But otherwise, I'm in love and I love the shade and I'm so pleased I got it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and the swatches. And as I said, please tune in to my good friend Rebecca on Not Fit for Print Beauty if you want to see some other shades, because I know she's bought a few. Okay, I'll see you all very soon and thank you for joining me. Oh, there was something I wanted to say before I go. I have really been loving this Lisa Armstrong foundation by Avon. I've got it on today. Now, I've been wearing this for a good, what's the time now? A good 7 hours at least. No, actually longer, 8 or 9 hours. And it's not budged on me. And I would say that it's very, very similar to Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Lisa Armstrong, okay? And I got these 2 for £20. I got 2 shades because I always need to mix my foundations. And so I got one warm and I got one cool. And I got 2 for £20. So they're very affordable. They're the normal standard 30 mils. I'm using shades 40 and 50. 50 is closer for me, but a little bit too warm. And 40 was a little bit too pale, but it's great as a concealer. Doesn't settle into fine lines, really long lasting. Now, if you don't have an Avon representative, I have a lovely friend called Cheryl Forbes. We were at Guildhall together training as opera singers all those years ago, and she's now selling Avon, and I bought these off her. I'll put a link to her website. If you don't have an Avon representative, I'd love you to support my good friend Cheryl. She's so lovely. I haven't kept in contact with a lot of singers from Guildhall because they all tend to be quite competitive, and they've all gone off into the singing world, and I didn't. I went off into all sorts of other directions. But Cheryl and I have kept in contact, and she was always lovely and genuine and just a really lovely person. So if you don't have anyone that you buy Avon from and you are interested in buying these, then do try her website and let her have the commission. Okay, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care. Love you all. Mwah! And a quick apology for the very non-beauty guru background of an ironing board and freshly ironed trousers. It's my other half insists on putting these things in my beauty room, but I can't really complain because he helps me so much with the washing because it gets quite painful for my back. So I'll try not to complain, but apologies if you notice that. I will get a more glamorous backdrop in the future.